Okay, I wanted to talk to you guys briefly today about this Mike Caouette interview, and we see through this that it really is a circle of people. These are corrupt cops and their affiliates. The fact that he comes on the drug cop channel, and by drug cop, I don't mean somebody who investigates drugs, I mean somebody who traffics in drugs. So you have the trafficking of drug cops, and then you have their affiliates, which Suge Knight referred to as the same circle of people. So the fact that Mike Caouette came on that channel to actually do his interview shows that he's been with it since the beginning. And we find out that he's the one that reached out to the Biggie investigators and brought Derek Parker into the investigation. And we find out that he was involved in going from Compton up to meet with Las Vegas PD at the initial meeting with Compton PD and the Las Vegas PD in the Tupac murder. And so he has a detailed past that goes with this. He's also one of the ones that interviewed Suge Knight when he ran over Terry Carter. And what he doesn't talk about that Russell was doing there was talking about that an off-duty sheriff let the shooters into the One Oak nightclub the night Suge Knight was shot. Those shooters yelled, "You killed Tupac," and that same off-duty sheriff drove the shooters to the airport the next day. And that was the reason why Russell had to come to that meeting alone, because sheriffs were involved in the murders of Tupac, the murder of Biggie Smalls, and involved in the attempted murder on Suge Knight. And all that shit needed to be covered up, and that's why Russell Poole is dead. I didn't want to spend a lot of time today talking about this. I figured this would be a quick, video to put out. But what I would like to do, I want to do a thorough investigation on Vence Buchanan, or AKA V, because that murder is in the aftermath of all of this, and there are some irregularities about this. This man was picked up on 135th and Central, and his body was then dumped out at Central and Greenleaf. And I want y'all to reach out to me with any details that you have about this murder. And the reason I'm looking into it, I'll withhold that for now. But let's look into this murder, because I think it has something to do with this same circle of people. So if you will, send me whatever information you have about Vence Buchanan. If y'all have photos of Vence Buchanan, if y'all know circumstances about his death, let's look into his murder, because it's relevant in the same circle of people. And anybody that goes on this Bomb First channel, you should be suspect of. Anybody who has contact with this same circle of people, or has been on this channel, or continues to go on the channel, anybody that's affiliated with these folks going all the way back to the beginning, really, because Fred Miller said that Reggie was involved in the drug trade, and that Reggie controlled the drug trade in Compton, and then we found out of Tennessee that he was in the drug trade. It was all allegations of drug trade, and then it was the Rampart Scandal cops that were affiliated with whatever side of Death Row Records, and they were teaching the gang members how to do police tactics and how to actually run drugs and not get caught. And now we find out that Reggie and his father got hemmed up in a case out of Tennessee. So more later, and whatever info you have on Vence Buchanan, please send it over to me because it is relevant to these cases. Thank you.
Marv James, you say the reason that they wanted to kill Bunches because somebody said Bunches was watching a video of another one of the homies getting killed. You on tape, Marv James, saying that you lied about that. That you actually, it never was a video.
You got a lot to cover up, y'all.
Freudian slip.
You got a lot to cover up.
We got a lot to cover up.
So guys,
what's going on?
Greg Kading is out. His lawyer won't let him do it, so
we've been waiting around for Kading all day, and
yeah, and now
he's not
he's a
coming.
no-show.
Really, I wanted to talk to him because there's so much to ask him.
Yeah.
Puffy was going up the stairs, and he said, I don't care if Tupac died, I don't care if Biggie gotta die, and I don't care if Suge gotta go to prison for the rest of his life.
We got a confession letter on how everything went down and who's responsible.
Now, getting back to Russell was following in the footsteps of his dad, and he was able to work through the LAPD and have all the things that had to be done within the LAPD. He certainly knew the streets very well, and circumstances in his case were far more tragic because he was killed in the line of duty.
If that's the case, did Tupac life mean anything? Because they never saw that case. Sometimes if you saw the first case, you might have saw the second case. But that never happened, correct?
Yep.
But he did testify reluctantly. The Death Row Records security chief Reggie Wright Jr. once told him, quote, "We're going to get those mothers who downed Pac."
Through interviews of former police officers that worked in the death row organization, Mac and Gaines were identified as confidants of Suge Knight, the owner of Death Row Records. They were present during private death row parties, and that's where first time that we were able to really make the connection between those two.
She don't want to get caught in a situation. That's why she was going to snatch the money from Knight and them, and there don't be no money, because she can't see the big picture, and she don't understand the big picture. She don't understand the master and how it can be levied and how we can go and do what we need to do with it. She don't understand that.
Ice and I, we've heard consistently, Suge, that you're the person behind the hit on Biggie.
Well, they looked at y'all and told y'all to ass lied.
Perez and them was all involved. They were trying to kill me too, but see, because Perez and Reg was good friends, and Perez and Sharita and Reg is great friends, and so all those three together was trying to plot.
A reportedly missing photograph and former police chief Bernard Park's daughter came up during testimony today in the wrongful death lawsuit filed against the city by murdered rap star Biggie Smalls' mother.
That, to me, was probably another motive for Chief Parks to want to squash a lot of the information. There was an effort to keep a lot of the information away from the public.
This declaration from a jailhouse informant named Kenny Boagni links crooked LAPD officers David Mack and Rafael Perez to the murder of rap star Biggie Smalls.
Okay. Right? You see, Suge was willing to say, I didn't know those two cops, but maybe Reggie knew them.
Never met those dudes. They never worked for me. They knew Reggie right. They didn't know me.
You always will tell you, those are Reggie people.
And Reggie was fast to say, I didn't know them either.
I was just interested in why he would point the finger at Suge so quick. He wouldn't say it to you, but he definitely pointed it. We call that dry snitching.
That Perez told how he worked security for Death Row Records the night Biggie Smalls was assassinated, and how he and Mac used cell phones to set up the hit. Boagni now says he was instructed by an LAPD detective to share his story with no one else investigating Biggie's murder. Judge Florence Marie Cooper says LAPD may be involved in what she calls deliberate and intentional concealment of information. Jailhouse informant Kenny Boagni ties former LAPD officers David Mack and Rafael Perez to the murder of rap star Biggie Smalls. LAPD has withheld reams of other evidence as well, including at least 2 other jailhouse statements implicating dirty cops Mack and Perez in Biggie's murder. 1,000 pages of information were withheld describing Mack and Perez's involvement in Biggie's murder. 3 different jailhouse informants who offered to wear a wire were all turned down by LAPD. A wire, say informants, that could have caught jailed Officer Perez boasting about his involvement with Death Row Records and the Biggie Smalls murder. Judge Florence Marie Cooper lists all the new information she says links former crooked LAPD officers David Mack and Rafael Perez to the murder of Biggie Smalls. The sheer volume of the information, says the judge, belies any LAPD argument that it comes from just another jailhouse informant.
Murder is pretty simple. The first person you go after is the spouse.
Perez and them was all involved. They were trying to kill me too, but see, because Perez and Reggies was good friends, and Perez and Sarita and Reggies is great friends, and so all those 3 together was trying to plot. Those guys, if you go back and watch the film, they was already stalking Pac, watching him. So that just tipped the iceberg when something happened. But there was a plan already to do something to him. Orlando wasn't even the shooter, you know? He was actually a good kid too, you know? I'm quite sure if they saw the first one, they would saw the second one, because it's the same circle of people.
You got a lot to cover up, y'all.
Freudian slip.
You got a lot to cover up.
Murder is pretty simple. The first person you go after is the spouse.
All the artists at Death Row was willing to come with me.
David Mack worked for you, right?
No, ma'am.
Never?
Never met him, never heard of him. Didn't know who he was until the accusations that he possibly did work for me. And that's been investigated by LAPD and all of that.
3 different jailhouse informants who offered to wear a wire were all turned down by LAPD. A wire, say informants, that could have caught jailed Officer Perez boasting about his involvement with Death Row Records and the Biggie Smalls murder.
Why would I want a paper trail when I never brought him around nowhere? So if I'm going to hide him in secret, you think I'm gonna let somebody catch a paper trail? They were paid cash by Snoop.
That would change the Death Row camp because of the jealousy of Tupac. Because Tupac is all of a sudden now, he's this major star, he getting all the light, he getting all the attention. So, you know, that, to me, you know, was childish on their part, but they can never feel the shoes that Pac feel.
You always saw Pac and Suge hanging together. You always saw these niggas everywhere together. They was like big brother, little brother and shit. And the thing is, that relationship was dangerous for the powers that be.
The interesting thing about Suge is that there's always that little thing with he and Snoop Dogg. I mean,
You know, the whole Death Row thing, it was Suge's side and it was, let's say, Snoop's side. So the blue side and the red side.
Because it was a time when I went to Angie Martinez's radio show and she asked me, when Pac was alive, when we was in New York, how do you feel about Biggie and Puffy? And I told her, them is my homies. I got love for them.
And did you get any backlash from the West Coast? Because I remember that.
Not the West Coast. I got backlash from Suge Knight, Tupac, and Death Row. And then was our last days hanging out before he got killed. So we ended on a kind of foul note because he felt like I didn't stay down with him.
Keep Dad's back. I'm like, fuck that shit. I could have jumped out on his ass in Vegas, but it was killing me. But Snoop was like, hold on, don't fuck this up. So I'm like, I respected that. I'll get him another day.
We was ready to whoop his motherfucking ass.
Right from the get-go, the detectives believed somehow Death Row Records was involved.
Suge got shot, and they said Pac had gotten shot. We didn't know the extent of it until we got to the hospital, because we shut the club and went to the hospital.
They was able to pull they scheme and their ideas off by me being in prison. Because there's 2 things that I always say, being from the ghetto, either they're going to take the money from you, which you'll be OJ. If they can't take the money from you, they take you from the money. The only way they take you from the money is by you dying, deaf, or in prison.
I could have jumped out on his ass in Vegas, but it was killing me. But Snoop was like, hold on, don't fuck this up.
And Tupac knew if he was going to be killed, he knew it was going to be somebody from the Death Row organization.
The bully got checked, you know what I'm saying? You know how when you in school and you got a bully
He's scaring everybody, and everybody go the other way. He's scared putting their lunch money up, hiding their gold chains. Well, this day at school, the bully got checked. He had to put his gold chain in and try to light a cigar. You know, but the media didn't want to bring it off like that because they were scared that Suge was going to do something to him for telling the truth.
I could have jumped out on his ass in Vegas, but it was killing me. But Snoop was like, hold on, don't fuck this up.
Balls. It's your main man, DJ. Jake, about to unleash.
Oh, my nigga. Yeah, man.
The word is on the streets, and the word is the streets. And we're gonna go to a live remote and check in with my main man, Mr. Doggy. Dog.
A day in the life of a rolling 20 crib. I'm just a stubborn type of fella with a head like a brick. And just because I sit more wet, they say that I'm hopeless. But I don't give a fuck, so blame it on the lokeness. Now this is how we do it when we check in the grip. Snoop Dogg is in this bitch, so don't even trip. I bust a funky composition that's as smooth as a prism. So check it while I kick off in this funky ass rhythm. It's 6 dub, the phone is ringing off the deck. And it's some homies talking about I disrespect that they said. Oh no, dog ain't this, y'all. I got a couple relatives up off of Crenshaw. This is about me and Simon, not me and y'all. I got love for a bunch of real beat-offs. Like K-Dub, Top Cat, Be Real, E-Rock, Boule, Face, and the homie Heron, rest in peace. Big J from Campanella Park. He used to blaze with his nephew after dark. On, rockin' big neck bone. Mossberg, I had to put you on my song. It's so real, I had to show some love. Now back to the scrub. It ain't about crip or blood. It's about you being jealous of what I does. Cause I does it the most. The king of the coast in the paint playing post. I back you down like Shaq Daddy and bust on you out the new caddy. And skirt up Wilshire Boulevard. I'm not exhibit, you can't pull my whole card. I fucked all your groupies when you was doing time in Camp Snoopy. With the fags and snitches, no killers, just bitches. And you was paying niggas off with all my riches. You so hardcore, why you ain't go to level 4? Oh, I know, but I walk the main line every time I go down. You can check my G-Files, I do it LBC style. I got the word on you, Simon. You need to just start rhyming, cause you the biggest star on your label. And them other niggas just crumbs off my table. You're not able to compete with the heat that I drop, and I still ain't been paid for 187 on the cop. I started your shit and I will end your shit if you keep talking shit on Crip. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous how my paper stack. Jealous ass nigga. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous how my paper stack. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous how my paper stack. Jealous ass nigga. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous how my paper stack. Money, get it. Paper, I got it. I got to do it. Haters, I keep them. Bitches, I got them. Run up, you getting done up. I stay one up. Money, I get it. Paper, I got it. I got to do it. Haters, I keep them. Bitches, I got them. You run up, you getting done up. I stay one up. If I shoot you, I'll be brainless and you'll be famous. And I'll be spending money out the anus. Your only gain is to try to get me to fall down to your level. Man, you worse than them devils. A lot of niggas should've said it, fuck them. But I'ma say it for them. Stop it, pop it, rewind it, and play it for them. This nigga's a bitch like his wife. Suge Knight's a bitch, and that's on my life. And I'ma let the whole world see. Cause you fucked up the industry, and that's on me. We can go head up, nigga, set it up. Or we can do the other thing, I love to wet it up. Your rappers and artists, tell them, shut it up. Cause I fuck every last one of them up, especially Corrupt. See, that's my little homeboy, so he know what's up. He better keep it crippin' and slip his clippin', cause these niggas trippin'. This is official business. Do the same way, leave no witnesses. This is that unexpected, misdirected, sprayed, covered, and protected. Strip your butt naked, check it, check it. It's all to the good again. You can catch Snoopy Deagle double in the hood again. Spending that real time, spitting that real shit to make the whole world feel it. So put the bacon in the skillet and try to peel it, cause Doggy Style Records is the realest, nigga. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous how my paper stack. Jealous ass nigga. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous how my paper stack. Don't get him slack. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous how my paper stack. Jealous ass nigga. It all boils down to the fact that you're jealous how my paper stack. Don't get him money, slack. Get it, paper, I got it. I got to do it. Heaters, I keep them. Bitches, I got them. Money, I get it. Paper, I got it. Jealous ass nigga.
Don't get pimp slapped.
What up, Ballford family? How y'all doing? Hey, John, we got a lot to cover up, y'all. You know, we got a lot to cover up.
Puffy was going up the stairs, and he said, I don't care if Tupac died, I don't care if Biggie gotta die, and I don't care if Suge gotta go to prison for the rest of his life.
Now, getting back to Russell was following in the footsteps of his dad, and he was able to work through the LAPD and have all the things that had to be done within the LAPD. He certainly knew the streets very well, and circumstances in his case were far more tragic because he was killed in the line of duty.
Hold your head on repeat. Listen to the beat again and again in my playpen till Tupac appeared to me. Finally I see. How do we keep the music playing with these devils betraying? Rap games, ghost, hocus pocus flows, exposing my foes and their John Does. Mad respect, Russell Poole detect. Murders checked. Now rest your head, bless the dead while the message spreads. Machiavelli said, my killers have not yet bled.
They gotta be sorry for what they did. Like I said, I had two of the toughest guys for him, and Reggie pulled them off of me. It didn't have to happen. I told him to send 5 guys from the club to there, and they never sent nobody.
Suge was set up.
I'm like, cuz, you going to Vegas? You going to Vegas, cuz? They finna try to do something to me.
I mean, murder is pretty simple. The first person you go after is the spouse.
Perez and them was all involved. They were trying to kill me too, but see, because Perez and Reg was good friends, and Perez and Sarita and Reg is great friends, and so all those three together was trying to plot.
Why would I want a paper trail when I never brought him around nowhere? So if I'm gonna hide him in secret, you think I'm gonna let somebody catch a paper trail? They were paid cash by Snoop.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It was a murder for hire hit.
If it was an actual shooting in Vegas, it's on camera in Vegas.
There's witnesses that said they gave no sex to kill me. So I knew it was cameras everywhere in Vegas because I went to UNLV.
All of the corners in Vegas was equipped with cameras.
Those guys, if you go back and watch the film, they was already stalking Pac, watching him. So that just tipped the iceberg when something happened. But there was a plan already to do something to him.
How come Reggie is Suge's bodyguard and he wasn't with Suge?
We went to Las Vegas Metro in '97. After Biggie was killed, I think there's got to be a connection between the two. The politicians said they don't want to solve it, so they told the investigators put it up on the shelf.
I'm quite sure if they saw the first one, they would saw the second one because it's the same circle of people. You got a lot to cover up, y'all.
Freudian slip.
You got a lot to cover up. Orlando wasn't even the shooter, you know? He was actually a good kid, too, you know?
Trickery, witchery, foolery, flop. Plot to take out Suge and Pac. Traffic stop starts the clock. Collusion of industry, street and cop. Filmmaker takes one last shot. 60 seconds after, no more laughter. Half dead whips out Fatal's Glock. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Quite the head turner, they's dead, came over Nate's burner. Got 'em on Porky Squawker, surviving a real shocker. Fat ass said, we got a lot to cover up, y'all, and that's what's up. Stripped the straps, unloaded gats, Buntry shot back. 3 men in the caddy, just smoked a fatty, but it wasn't Sugar Daddy.
Supposedly there's a hit on Suge.
Wounds are life-threatening, but serious, not in critical condition at this time. And the person, as you are already aware, who is the passenger in this vehicle, is a known rap performer by the name of Tupac Shakur.
With Tupac, I still got a 45 bullet inched in my skull.
We've been informed that doctors have told the family members that they expect the rap star to once again recover from his injuries.
They know who was going on behind all that stuff, you know. How much would it cost to get rid of Suge? They said, what you mean by get rid of him? He said, kill him.
They put a hit on Suge.
Reggie's dad told me that. Well, he said, Michael, if anything happened to Suge, that's what he told me. Anything happened to Suge, Reggie would run the majority of the company.
It's the same people, same circle of people. It had nothing to do with me, you know.
Treat it on the paper. Yeah, Reggie would carry most of the burden.
It come from because they weren't the ownership of my company.
Hey, John, you got a lot to cover up, y'all.
Doctor said Pac's on the mend, surrounded by friends. Foes called in to make kin spin, finish him off. Pac shook the bed, for his life he pled. IVs to the vein go straight to the brain. Poison would ease his pain. It only took a drop to make his heart stop. D.O.G. Scorsese created the distraction, lulled protectors in action for the final transaction.
The head of gangs and homicide from the Compton PD is Reggie Wright Sr., and the head of security at Death Row is Reggie Wright Jr.
The vice president on TV talking about taking my record off the shelves. Police, you know, every time they see me, they think I'm a cop killer.
It was an assassination attempt on Suge in Las Vegas, who would have everything to gain.
I could have jumped out on his ass in Vegas, but it was killing me. But Snoop was like, hold on, don't fuck this up. So
I was told it was an operation. It was a planned assassination.
How come Reggie is Suge's bodyguard and he wasn't with Suge?
He wanted to be Suge Knight so bad.
Where stuff really come from, it come from because they weren't the ownership of my company.
Police did not follow up on the most basic lead.
Just happened to have officers in the right spot at the right time, were able to radio ahead.
The cops that they trying to connect to Death Row were never hired on Death Row.
He had no relationship with any police officers.
When I got shot, it was 37 cameras.
All the artists at Death Row was willing to come with me.
There's other rappers who wanted Suge taken out.
I'm scared of no one. My pitch was to the record labels and to the company was to have police officers that could be good witnesses and for the inmates.
You crooked ass cop.
I didn't need to take from niggas. I was an institutionalized motherfucker. If I tell threatened by anybody, if you want to know the real, nigga would have went to jail for a long time fucking with me.
Get everything you deserve.
Perez and Sarita and Reg is great friends, and so all those three together was trying to plot.
You always would say, those are Reggie people.
Suge didn't let none of my security ride with me, because I feel like they finna try to do something to me.
Police corruption cannot exist. Cannot exist unless it is condoned and tolerated by upper police management.
Greg Kading is out. His lawyer won't let him do it.
You crooked ass cop.
Could it be that the police department had something to do with Tupac's murder?
Coroner's hearse, idols nearby, a dear mama goodbye. Rushed autopsy, quick cremation, police celebrations. Enemies snicker, Haitian bootlicker. We the people mourn, hearts are torn. Bulk of the nation, radio stations, next generations.
And that's what happened. Our lives was in jeopardy.
He was in the hospital there.
situation was, me and Pac had a little falling out a day or two before that in New York.
Now, you don't take no ass whooping like that unless something's up. Unless the goose is cooked.
Orlando wasn't even a shooter, He was actually a good kid, too,
No, Orlando Anderson, here he is, the only Southside Crip standing in a casino. He was planetary.
Wow, the last time I saw him, he was laying in the bed, holding on to his last breath.
Yeah, John, we got a lot to cover up.
Sold cops throw shade and blame, fill the frame. Orlando's a throwaway patsy, denies the murder flatly. It's a cover-up, a chaos merchant's cover-up. Can't stop the truth from bubbling up. This shit's a cover-up.
Nobody cared about Pac having the right amount of security at all, period.
No one cared.
It was not mentioned at all.
No one cared. And every time I ask Reggie, he gets really defensive.
Told you in the hospital there, something wasn't right.
Interfering with the Vegas case. He's a lieutenant in Compton, LAPD, whatever. Interfering with the Vegas case.
Jimmy is close personal friends with Reggie Wright Sr.
Because Pop, that weekend before he went, was talking about pulling away from the labels and starting their own.
And let's go and try to be a distributor on our own. At that time, it was 6 majors, and he was trying to be number 7. I remember he was talking about calling it Lucky 7.
Now, we don't want that, man. It's enough brothers out here dying already.
Yeah, John, y'all got a lot to cover up. Y'all motherfuckers got Pac. Do y'all know how much that hurts our hearts?
Quail made you famous, your voice made you dangerous. Victim of jealousy, pour out your Hennessy. Death is calling me.